Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby and today we are talking about the law of assumption and weight loss. If you're new to this channel, you like this video, you want more like it, hit that subscribe button, click the bell. It's going to let you know when new videos come out. And if you really like this video, a great way to support this channel is to hit the like button. If you learned something from this video, if you want to share what you took from this video, leave it in the comments. So back to the video, law of assumption and weight loss. This video is actually coming from a request that somebody left in the comments. So if there's a video topic, if there is a question that you have that you want me to make a video about, leave it in the comments and I'll get to it as soon as I can. So the law of assumption obviously comes from Neville Goddard. It basically means whatever it is in your life that you give permission and consent to be true for you and about how the world works, about what your experiences should be, what you deserve, what you don't deserve, what you're worthy and not worthy, you're going to find it in your world. You're going to basically live through those lenses. So when it comes to weight loss, you're at a specific weight right now and you want it to be different, there's a set of assumptions that are basically in between the gap of those two experiences. Right now, the version of you who has excess weight, that is, you have a set of thoughts, you have a set of feelings, you have a set of habits, and a way of being in the world. We know from Dr. Joe Dispenza that a state of being is how you think and how you feel. Now, one thing that I found is best is to use analogies so we can remove the emotional component of the experiences and see it in a different way. The example I would give is basically if you went into a clothing store. One person, one version of you would be going to dress for winter. They're going to this tropical island and they're going to have a beach experience. Another version of you is going to go to a colder climate. They're going to have a mountain adventure and stay in a log cabin, right? Both of those are great experiences. Now, one of those you might desire more. So the person who goes in, the version of you who goes in for the beach experience, they're going to go for the shorts, they're going to go for the sunglasses, they're going to go for the sun hats or whatever the case, sunscreen, all the stuff that's going to align and be in the same actions driven for the beach experience. Now, the version of you that's going to go in there and it's going to look to see, make sure they're going to be warm because it's going to be very cold, long sleeves, coats, they want to cover up, right? You want to make sure that you are prepared for the cold climate. You're going to get boots on. You're going to look for hats. You know, you're not going to be worried about the sun exposure. You're going to be worried about the cold exposure. Those two versions of you are going to go into the same store. However, since they're looking for different things, what they find and value and actually put in the cart is actually different for each of those versions. There's nothing wrong about what's in that store, but according to the value system and the lens of need and want and to align with their experience, they're going to get and select different things, even though in that store, everything is possible for them, each of them, to get. They can cross over. The person going to the mountain could go and grab the shorts. The person going to the beach could go and grab the coat. But you can see that that doesn't actually go in alignment with what they're doing. So taking that example and bringing it back to the law of assumption, basically you right now have a set of assumptions. What you need to do is start to look at when did the weight start coming on? When did you start feeling uncomfortable in your body? Because if you're watching this video, you're wanting to make a change. There's nothing wrong with your body right now. All bodies and shapes I think are worthy of celebrating because we're human beings and we all live and express in completely different, unique ways. That's what makes the world beautiful. However, if you're wanting to change, you need to understand what it is that's keeping you from the experience that you want. There's a set of assumptions. Did somebody tell you that you will always be overweight? Did somebody shame you for potentially liking a certain food when you were younger? Or lead you to believe that you were overweight when you actually weren't? Maybe you grew faster than other kids. That's actually what happened in my experience. At the time, I was actually like a foot taller than everyone else who was like 7 years old. And so I was really big. That actually distorted the way I saw myself for a long time because I always saw myself as so much bigger than other people. Basically, over time, looking at different pictures and seeing, oh, I'm actually the same size, a little bit bigger. I have bigger bone frame. That's okay. That's something I can control. It has its perks and I celebrate that now rather than seeing it as a detriment. So in your experience, there's something that played a role in that, specifically happening in the ages from 0 to 7 years old. How were you led to believe about your body? What meanings were given to you about how you were in the world? That is basically what is stored deep inside, and that is what is that fundamental layer of assumption. If you are led and you're assuming that you can't lose weight, you're assuming that you're the type of person who can't ever have what they want. Physical expression is one way to keep you from having what you really want if you fundamentally have the assumption that you want to have a six-pack, or you just want to feel good expressing yourself in a bathing suit or at a beach or in a public setting. Whatever it is, everyone has different expressions of what it means to lose weight and whatever it means to be healthy. So if you're watching this video, you have a unique expression of that, and being clear on what it is important. Being clear about what you feel right now. Starting to look and to see what it sounds like. Another thing to think about weight is why it's there. Weight a lot of times can be a form of protection. Even emotionally, you physically trying to make yourself bigger so that you can emotionally protect yourself. That is a survival state of being, and there's a reason that that is happening. And getting to the source of why you're not feeling secure is actually a huge potential in you getting what you want physically by getting into the seed of that emotional wound. What is it that you're protecting yourself from? As you start to heal that and bring attention to it, literally you will be able to let go of that weight because it no longer is there and needed to protect you. So just as I talked also too about that store analogy earlier, realizing that the version of you with excessive weight that wants to lose weight, that has some weight that they just don't want to be there anymore, has a set of thoughts and feelings and habits and behaviors. What you need to do is simply be in alignment, change the assumptions you have. Maybe you feel, oh, I'm not the kind of person who eats healthy food. I'm not the kind of person who can be consistent. I'm not the kind of person that never works for me. Those are all assumptions that you have. You need to shift over into the alignment of the person that does have healthy habits, who does move in alignment and in harmony with a healthy version of yourself. So those are just two different versions. It's not a hard thing. It's not a difficult thing. It's not anything again that the universe has against you. It's simply you learning a new song. So if the radio station is on and it's on classical music and you want to hear folk music, there's nothing wrong with those two stations. You just want a new frequency, and that's going to be thoughts and feelings is what's going to change it. So when you're in this state of being right now, that most likely you're not feeling good about yourself, you could potentially saying negative things about yourself, you'll never get what you want, no one's going to find you attractive. Starting to be aware of what that sounds like, starting to be aware of what triggers that, and get into the seed of that behavior. Then allow yourself to observe those thoughts rather than wearing those thoughts, and move into what does it sound like and what does it feel like for me to be in that inversion of me, for me to look in the mirror and see that expression. You have to feel inside right now what you will feel when you look in the mirror and see that visual of you with the weight loss. You won't be able to actually shift anything and for a permanent change until you're able to feel whole and complete, to feel sexy, to feel healthy. As you start sending those thoughts and feelings out, you will start to see those habits change as you're in alignment with those thoughts and feelings. Those behaviors change. Instead of reaching for the more unhealthy thing, you reach for the healthier thing, and starting to see that every time you go against that new pattern and you're going against the thing that you really want, that is a form of self-abandonment. That is a form of self-rejection. So staying with yourself, staying committed, not allowing outside circumstances or outside ideas to shift you out of that. You deserve what you want. You deserve to feel good in your body. Thinking and feeling right now is a way to understand how you got there and how to shift over, change the assumptions you have about yourself, that you are a healthy person, that you are somebody who's sexy, who can go out in public and wear whatever it is that they want and feel good about that. You are somebody who is capable of that. No matter how many years you've had of feeling shamed about your body or feeling uncomfortable in your body, you have the choice right now to start to go into yourself, find the wounds of where that came from, use those resources to heal yourself, be with yourself, and stay in that new version of you. Have those thoughts, have those feelings, have that love, and realize that you deserve the things that you want. You are capable of living that life that you feel inside and having it expressed and reflected back in your external reality. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit subscribe. If you haven't done so already, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.